Today is March 6th, 2020. Gannon is still missing, and Letecia is in jail. She is awaiting trial. She's been charged with murder. And today I'm just gonna be going over public statements that she has made. I'm not gonna go into her social media and stuff, just stuff that's made it into the mainstream media or is well known. So anyway, the lady is full of inconsistencies. On January 31st, Tisha, who is Gannon's stepmother, gave a televised interview with our local CBS news station. She kept her back to the camera the whole time, and some people have lovingly called it her cousin it interview. Anyway, in that interview, she mentioned being interviewed by law enforcement and being labeled uncooperative because she said she wouldn't talk without a lawyer. As devil's advocate, I'd have to say that I wouldn't want to talk without a lawyer either for, safety reasons, I guess. But she said that she asked for an attorney to help her understand the language that the law enforcement was using. But her social media presence and her LinkedIn account all claim that she has a doctorate degree in education. So, having trouble understanding terms, she shouldn't have that much difficulty, if that's at all true. Which I don't know if it is or not, because District 49 here has made a statement to mainstream media stating that she has never worked for their district, and she does have them listed as her employer on her LinkedIn account. During the interview, a small inconsistency that she made was that she said that her daughter is 17 years old and serves her country in the Air Force. I don't know about being 17 and serving in active duty anyway. I mean, maybe she's just kind of stretching ROTC or something. I don't know. Anyway, she also said that law enforcement threatened to shoot her and violated her constitutional rights. I'm thinking that she's either being truthful, or she's a drama queen, or she's deliberately lying, or it's a bit of all three. In the interview, she stated that her aunt and her family have been out searching for Gannon, and here's her quote: "We all have been doing that together so we can protect each other." And I found that really odd that she was worrying about protecting each other rather than finding Gannon. And I noticed that a lot of people jumped on the fact that she went back and forth between present and past tense in this interview when she was talking about Gannon, but it could have just been the way she speaks. I know a lot of people who mix tenses, so I wouldn't read too much into that, at least not in that particular interview. On February 12th, Letecia released a written statement to our local Fox News network. And I am going to read her statement to you now. Here it goes. First and foremost, I would like to thank all agencies, volunteers, and community members who are working diligently and praying endlessly to bring Gannon home safe. Thank you to my husband, who has stayed strong through this and protected our family to the best of his ability, and our immediate and extended family members throughout the East Coast. To Gannon, please come home soon, because your daddy is waiting to watch the new Sonic movie that comes out this week, and the cool shirt I got you to wear to the theater is in your closet. Social media has been devastating, from the harsh comments, speculations, threats, cyberbullying, etc. It has been a challenge when people are trying to run you off the road, waiting outside your hotel, threatening to kill you, etc. I encourage the sheriff's office to take down those pages that promote negative behavior and violence. Let's do what Gannon would do: be kind to one another. We all have engaged in something crazy online at some point, but Gannon would want everyone to get along and to focus on finding him. I know that many people have kids and are invested in this because it hits close to home for them. I would like to think that overall most people are genuine and want to do everything in their power to find G. With that being said, I think she meant said. Please take a step back for a moment and let me explain to you a few details that were not released. For example, just like the video that was leaked, there are additional details that were hidden due to 1, the department doing its job, 2, the effects of social media and how some individuals would criticize or hinder the investigation. I chose to listen. I didn't leak videos or information, but at this time it's getting later in the process and we just want Gannon home. I feel the need to fill in some gaps. Now let me stress this, and then she put police in all caps, have known this since the first interview. Saturday night, G was helping me unload in the garage and cut his foot because there are a lot of tools because Albert does woodworking. He sat on the edge of the car and we bandaged it up. He was good to go. He always loves helping his dad in the garage build things like his Lego tables and the flower pot that they built for me as a gift. After that, I noticed G kept going to the side of the house. He told me he was checking to see if the gate was locked because he was the only one with the gate key. It made him proud to be the man of the house while Albert was away. Fast forward, we did a hike on Sunday, cleared. And shopping on Monday, cleared as well for him getting out of the other side. Please don't think for a second that there isn't enough of technology to determine shadows and movement around the truck. There was also proof from my phone that we had taken a selfie in the truck in our driveway that was time-stamped. We always send pictures to Albert when we are out and about or when he is away. That can be scanned for actual time verification. Last, from day one, the sheriff's office has known a description of the person/friend whom Gannon left with. I explained to them and provided evidence. They had information about G having the key to go out the side gate. Last, they have more in-depth details that go along with this, pointing to who sent the person or why he may have come. Again, I repeat, they have had this initially, and I was asked to keep quiet about it so that they could have the best shot at doing their job and bringing G home. The last thing that they needed was a hindrance to their investigation. I encourage you to think of any suspicious cars that may have been in the area watching a few days prior and keep praying for G. Signed, Letecia Stauch. That was a lot to take in. Part of this was responding to posts on social media that were speculating about the case. She responded to the leaked CCTV footage, which is purported to show her leaving the home with Gannon a little after 10 on the morning of the day that he was reported missing, and her returning to the house a bit after 2 without Gannon that same afternoon. She mentioned Gannon cutting his foot in the garage and sitting on the edge of a car to get it bandaged up. I don't know what the edge of a car is. If anybody knows what that term means, please comment below. I don't know why she mentioned the injury to his foot at this time. And then she says that she took him hiking the next day. So I guess the foot injury couldn't have been too bad, so I don't really know why she mentioned it if, it wasn't bad. And she also states that it was cleared that Gannon got out of the other side of the truck on Monday afternoon. And she says that she and law enforcement know who Gannon left the house with. But there was never an Amber Alert issued. So that's a bit of conflicting information, because I feel that if Gannon was known to have left the house with someone and was suspected to be with someone, that the law enforcement would have issued an Amber Alert. And then after this, she did a 3-part interview with Crime Online. And they published part 1 on February 27th. And in this part of the interview, Letecia stated that the home surveillance video that was released to the media wasn't right. She said that the part of the video where she left the home with Gannon around 10 a.m. was correct. And she said that the part of the video that shows her returning without Gannon is incorrect. She said that that footage must be from a different day. And she said that Gannon did return with her on Monday, January 27th. She said he was holding a white plastic bag in case he puked. She also said that Gannon had pooped in his pants on Sunday. She said that's why he didn't go to school on Monday, because he was afraid he would have an accident at school. A different security footage clip has been released to the media that shows Tisha parking in the street in front of the house and Gannon exiting. Tisha says that this footage shows them returning on that Monday, January 27th. But I have to say that none of the security videos that have been in the media have timestamps, and we'll have to wait until the trial to learn which, if any, of those videos are accurate. And in this part of the interview, Tisha also gave a summary of Monday's activities. She says that she drove her husband's red truck to keep the mileage down on her own vehicle because her vehicle is leased, and she said that she can't go over miles per month, otherwise she's going to incur fees or have to buy the car outright or something. She said that she also needed the truck because she was taking used sports equipment to sell to buy it against sports, and she said she also was shopping for hockey equipment for Gannon. And she said that later on she and Gannon went to Castle Rock, which is a town north of Colorado Springs, and she said they were going there to shop for a bicycle for Al, who's Gannon's father. And Tisha also said that they left her phone at home, but that she had her Apple smartwatch on the whole time. And I have seen someplace else where she was asked about the selfie then, because she had said that she took a selfie, but then she said that the selfie was taken on Gannon's phone because she had left hers at home. Anyway, she said that she took back roads to avoid an accident on her way to Castle Rock, and that she took exit 163 off of Highway 105, and that she got lost at some point and had to turn around. And all that information is pretty interesting because that's the same area where law enforcement spent at least a week doing extensive searches. They had search dogs. I don't know if any of them were cadaver dogs or anything, but they were doing extensive searches with poles and shovels, and they had like like the sifters that archaeologists use, but they were sifting the snow instead. Anyway, Tisha said she took Gannon shopping instead of having him go to school because he was embarrassed to go to school because he was both constipated and had diarrhea. And then she said that those symptoms were caused by his medication and they were not an illness. And she said that after they got home, Gannon went to his room in the sub-level and later on told her that he was going to go to his friend's house. And she said it was okay because he wasn't actually sick and he was feeling better. So anyway, she released the ADT home alarm report, which did show activity both upstairs and downstairs around 3 p.m. And she claims that this shows that she and Gannon were both home and because their dogs were in the backyard. And she said that around that time, Gannon must have gone to his friend's house because his younger sister came home at 3:15 and she did not see Gannon. And the 17-year-old daughter got home from work at 4:38 and she also did not see Gannon. And a few minutes later, she and the little sister left to go shopping. Part 2 of this Crime Online interview was published on February 29th. And in it, Tisha said that Al, Gannon's father, left on Saturday night with a family member to catch his flight out of state for work. He left his truck at the house. He rented the Kia sedan from the Colorado Springs airport, or she rented the Kia sedan from the Colorado Springs airport the day after Gannon was reported missing. She said that she picked Gannon's father up from the airport and that they searched for Gannon in the rental car because Gannon might have hidden from the family cars, thinking that he was in trouble, and that she returned the rental car the following day. Part 3 of the interview was published on March 2nd, the day that Tisha was arrested. Tisha stated in this part of the interview that Al told her that that blood was found in the home, and she denied hurting Gannon and said that Gannon was prone to nosebleeds. She also mentioned again that Gannon cut his foot on Saturday and said that accidents from activities would explain any blood in the garage. She also said that Al called her and asked her why there was a saucer-sized puddle of blood found in Gannon's room. She again mentioned that Gannon was prone to accidents and nosebleeds, and that he would wander around the house bleeding. Then she added that Al had told her that Gannon's sock and a bloody 2x4 board were found in the woods during those searches that were in the foothills near Douglas County. Tisha said that this was easily explained because the family often puts leftover boards from the garage into the truck bed, and that it wouldn't be unusual for the board to be bloody because there were several accidents in the garage. She says that these items being found in the woods is easily explained because things fly out of the truck bed when she's driving. We don't know yet what evidence law enforcement has. Unlike Tisha, they're remaining silent at this point. If she is guilty of the crimes that she's charged with, there are a few known triggers that have been documented that could have led up to her snapping or whatever. It's now known that on Friday, January 24th, she was fired from her job at Mountain Ridge Middle School, District 20 in Colorado Springs. Then Saturday, Al left town for work. On Sunday night, January 26th, on social media, Tisha had claimed that Gannon accidentally set the carpet on fire. She posted a video from her phone, and I watched/listened to this video, and it's disturbing. You can't really see anything in it, but you can hear Gannon crying and saying that he's sorry, and Tisha sounds very stressed out, and she's breathless. And she tells him that they're going to have to sell some things, including the sofa, in order to fix the carpet so they won't get kicked out of the house. There was also a rumor that Al had asked her for a divorce in the weeks leading up to Gannon's disappearance. I can't confirm that, but I can confirm that he has filed for divorce now. So, at the very least, Tisha is not a very likable person. And there are many inconsistencies in her stories. Like, Gannon walked to his friend's house the day that he stayed home from school, but that he also left with someone that was known to her that may have been sent by someone, and that law enforcement knew about it, but they didn't do an Amber Alert. And he stayed home because of tummy troubles, and he pooped himself on Sunday, but she took him out shopping all day on Monday and gave him a plastic bag in case he puked, but he was okay to go play. And that they had to sell something to afford fixing the carpet, but they were shopping for sports equipment and a bicycle, and she rented a car. So I'm very curious to learn what really happened, and I'll keep you posted as the story unfolds.